I noticed something embarrassing about the way I work. I would sit down, open the document, and feel completely ready. For 3 minutes, I looked focused. Then I reached one sentence I did not know how to finish. My hand moved toward my phone before I had even decided to stop. There was no notification. Nobody needed me. The phone did not interrupt my work. I used it as an exit. The moment the work became uncertain, my body already knew where relief lived. Unlock, swipe, new image, new message, new possibility, no difficult sentence. That pattern looked harmless because it lasted only a minute, but I was practicing something every time I did it. I was practicing leaving. This is what we miss when we talk about phones and focus. We count hours. We blame notifications. We install limits. Those things matter, but they miss the deeper training. Your phone gives you thousands of chances to switch before discomfort has time to become useful. A video slows down. Swipe. A post requires thought. Scroll. A message feels awkward. Open another app. The line is long. Check the phone. The room becomes quiet. Check again. Nothing terrible happened in any of those moments. You simply felt a tiny drop in stimulation, a tiny rise in uncertainty, or a tiny flash of boredom. Then you left. And leaving worked. The discomfort disappeared. Novelty arrived. Your mind learned a clean sequence. Friction, urge, switch, relief. Repeat that sequence enough, and the phone stops being the only place where it appears. The dangerous part is how normal the training feels. Nobody sits down and decides to become someone who abandons difficult things. The lessons arrive in tiny moments that seem too small to matter. You remove every empty second from the day. Waiting becomes scrolling. Walking becomes listening. Eating becomes watching. Even the bathroom becomes a place where silence must be replaced. Soon, an unstimulated moment does not feel neutral. It feels like something is missing. Then meaningful work creates the same feeling. A blank page does not move fast enough. A difficult problem does not reward you immediately. Progress is invisible, so your mind starts searching for proof that something else would feel better. The phone always has that proof ready. You open a book, reach a dense paragraph, and suddenly want coffee. You start a workout, finish the easy exercises, and decide today is not the day to push. You practice a skill until you look clumsy, then search for a better tutorial instead of repeating the difficult move. You begin a project with energy, but when the exciting idea becomes ordinary execution, another idea feels more important. You even leave conversations mentally. The other person speaks slowly, and part of you starts looking for a faster source of stimulation. The problem is not that you cannot focus at all. You can focus while something is new, clear, rewarding, or emotionally easy. The real test arrives when novelty ends. That first restless moment is where your phone has been training you. It has taught you to interpret the urge to switch as a command. You think, I lost focus. Maybe you did not lose anything. Maybe you reached the exact point where focus finally becomes necessary. Before that point, interest was carrying you. After that point, you have to choose whether to remain. Think about the projects you have finished. They probably did not stay exciting from beginning to end. Somewhere in the middle, the idea became repetition. The plan became corrections. The clean vision became small, unimpressive actions. Finishing required you to survive that change. But switching culture teaches the opposite lesson. If the feeling changes, change the task. If progress slows, find a faster reward. If uncertainty appears, search for another answer before testing the one already in front of you. That creates a strange life. You can begin almost anything, yet remain with very little long enough to be changed by it. This changed the way I think about quitting. Most of my quitting did not look dramatic. I did not throw away the project or announce that I had failed. I just left for a minute, then another minute. Then I returned with less context, less energy, and more resistance. Eventually, the task felt cold, and I called that proof that I was not motivated. But motivation had not vanished mysteriously. I had trained myself to abandon the task at the first predictable moment of friction. Now, this does not mean every break is weakness. Rest is real. Fatigue is real. Sometimes stopping is the intelligent choice. The difference is intention. An intentional break has a reason, a boundary, and a return. Reflexive escape happens before you have made a decision. Your hand moves. The tab opens. The task disappears. Relief chooses for you. Ask yourself one honest question. If my phone were unavailable, would I still choose to stop right now? Sometimes the answer will be yes. Your body is tired. The session is complete. Another responsibility matters more. Stop without guilt. But sometimes the answer exposes the truth. You do not need rest. You want distance from the exact feeling the work has created. Confusion, incompetence, boredom, or the fear that your effort may not be good enough. That is the moment worth training. So I started using one small protocol. I call it stay through the first urge. Not stay forever. Not force 2 perfect hours. Not prove that you are stronger than your phone. Just stay through the first urge to leave. Here is how it works. First, choose one meaningful task, not 5. One document, one lesson, one set, one page, one conversation. Second, move the phone outside immediate reach. Not because distance solves everything, but because you need enough space to see the urge before obeying it. Third, define a visible finish line before you begin. 10 minutes, 1 paragraph, 5 practice attempts, 1 complete page. A finish line turns staying into a specific action. Then begin without demanding perfect focus. Your mind can wander. You can feel bored. You can dislike the task. None of that means the session has failed. Wait for the first urge to switch. It may sound reasonable. I should check that message. Maybe there is a better tool. I need more research. I will just change the song. Do not argue with it. Name it. This is the leaving reflex. That sentence matters because it separates the feeling from the decision. An urge can arrive without becoming an instruction. Then stay for 10 more honest minutes, or complete the 1 unit you define. You do not have to work brilliantly during those minutes. You only have to remain in contact with the task. Read the sentence again. Write the ugly version. Repeat the clumsy movement. Ask the next question. Let the work be slow, without treating slowness as danger. The first few times may feel almost physically wrong. You will notice how quickly your mind manufactures good reasons to leave. That is useful information. You are finally seeing the training instead of living inside it. When you reach the finish line, make another intentional decision. Stop cleanly, take a planned break, or continue because you choose to. That last part is important. The goal is not endless endurance. The goal is to move the decision back into your hands. If you switch automatically after 4 minutes, do not turn it into a personality judgment. Notice where it happened. Reset the task. Try one smaller unit. You are not measuring purity. You are counting repetitions of staying. Make those repetitions small enough to win. One controlled stay is more useful than a dramatic 3-hour session followed by 4 days of avoidance. You are building evidence that the urge can be present while your hands keep working. That evidence becomes self-trust because it is earned privately, in the moment where the old pattern expected you to disappear. For 7 days, keep a simple score. Each day, choose one task and mark 1 line when you remain through the first urge to leave. 1 line is enough. After a week, you may still use your phone. You may still get distracted. You may still dislike difficult work. But something important begins to change. The first urge stops feeling final. You learn that boredom can rise and fall without controlling you. Confusion can exist while you keep moving. Slow progress can still be progress. And your phone returns to being a tool instead of an emergency exit from every uncomfortable moment. Your life will not be built during the exciting first 3 minutes. It will be built in the minutes after the work becomes ordinary, after the answer is unclear, after novelty has stopped carrying you. That is where skill grows. That is where self-trust grows. That is where unfinished things finally begin to become finished. So the next time your hand reaches for the phone, do not make a speech about discipline. Just pause. Notice the exit. Stay through the first urge. Give the task 10 more honest minutes. You are not only finishing a paragraph, a workout, or a lesson. You are teaching yourself a different response to discomfort, friction, urge. Notice, stay, then choose. Cut the noise. Keep your seat. Finish 1 unit before you leave.